You're very welcome back to Red Business in Focus with Cork's local enterprise offices, where we're meeting the personalities behind ambitious businesses every single week. This week we've got Eddie O'Reilly of Gensons Products Limited in the spotlight. Eddie has a vast amount of experience both working in Ireland and in Australia. When he came back to live in Ireland, he spotted a gap in the market for a product he used when he was down under, and he has really put that into practice. Eddie, how are you?
Good, Jonathan. How are you? Thanks for having me in.
It's great to have you here. So the first thing we do is cruel and unusual. We ask people in 30 seconds to explain to us what the product does. And I'm going to start your clock right now.
Okay, my company is Gensons Products Limited. We manufacture, we actually developed a product called Shoe Rescue. We manufacture, distribute the product from our facility in Midleton. The Shoe Rescue is a product for shoe odour. It's a remedy for shoe odour, and we now export the product into 6 different countries across Europe and down into Asia, and that's our business.
So you didn't even need 30 seconds, because I mean, it's pretty much people's feet are smelly. You have a solution. I mean, that's the long and the short of this.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Australia though, because that's when you spotted this. You didn't set out from finishing school to go, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a great product to stop smelly feet. So what did you spot in Australia?
Yeah,
what were you doing there, actually, probably more important?
Yeah, I went to Australia when I was 20 years of age, just went down for a bit of an adventure, and came home 15 years later with my wife from New Zealand and our son, our first son. So I went down there, and just things went good for me there. I actually had my own business there for a number of years in the construction industry, and the Shoe Rescue product, we used to use a similar product in our work boots and our runners, and when we came back to Ireland, we found there wasn't a product as good as it here. So when we used to go down to, and we still do, go down to New Zealand to my wife's family, we used to bring it back up with us, the product we used to use there. So we decided, we'd develop our own product.
So you brought two good things back from down under. You brought your wife and something to solve the smelly feet problem.
Did, yeah.
Right, okay, so that's a good starting point. Yeah. In Ireland though, was that always what the ambition was? Or was this a lucky coincidence?
Oh, it was a coincidence, yeah, because we started a business here doing, similar to what we were doing in Australia, concrete products. And we ended up working in the pharmaceutical industry, mainly doing resin floors in pharmaceuticals. And we built that business up. And about 3 years ago, the guys that worked for me took it over. And I got into this business because I wanted to put myself into it full time, because I had to be in it full time to make it happen.
So
really,
that was a big pivot then, because you knew what you knew, which was putting down good, clean floors in pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
This was different. This was you out on your own 2 feet with a product that was untrusted and unproven in the Irish market.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like this was.
Were you mad?
Yeah, I was. Well, I've always been a small bit mad, but yeah, but I had a fair idea that this was going to. We had been working with it for a couple of years at that stage, and we had a fair idea we had a good product here, and it was developed. We had help from a podiatrist developing the product, and there was a lot went into the development of it, and we knew we had something good, and it needed my full-time attention,
So when you set about doing it, like the big thing for everybody starting a business is, I'm going to need help from somewhere. And it is isolating, and it feels as if you're on your own. You turned to your local enterprise office. What kind of support did you get?
Yeah, I did, and I didn't know much about them at the beginning, and I went to them for a bit of advice, really. But now we've been working with them for a few years, and it really is. I was thinking about this morning, and it really is like having a partner in the business. And they've been really good to us, and mentoring. We got some financial help as well from time to time, particularly with marketing, because we spend a lot of money on marketing. But mentoring, like we're in a program at the moment now. It's an existing exporters program that we're doing with Leo, and it's really good, So it is like having a partner.
Yeah, and they're good as well. I'm going to take a little bit of it here now, because again, it's a powder, so I have to be very careful. Not to shower myself in it here. Yeah. But I just wanted to get the smell off it, because obviously it's not smelly feet. It's kind of minty, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It has peppermint, eucalyptus oil, and tea tree oil in it. So. It's very, very effective, and with this product, what makes it unique is it's natural.
A bit like the foot odor, but this is something nicer.
Well, yeah, it is a natural product, which is a big selling point, you know, for it. And currently, because we're the number one seller of its kind on Amazon UK at the moment, which is big because we're up against the likes of Dr. Scholl, who've been around for probably 50 years. We're around odor eaters, and we're beating them, you know.
So when your route to market, is it online predominantly?
Mostly online at the moment, and we have like we've one distributor down in Asia now, in South Korea, but a lot of it is online through the likes of Amazon. You know, and like at the moment, somebody somewhere in the world is buying Shoe Rescue Sport every 10 minutes, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we're going okay.
Yeah, you know? You'll take that. But you've always got room for improvement, room for more.
Oh,
you want one every 5 minutes.
We want one a minute, you know. So so that's where we're at. So it's going good, you know, but loads of work to do.
Look, it's a fabulous story. It's actually a great product, and again, it's one of those the kind of thing that when people come through the door to have a chat with us, a lot of the time I'm going, well, what is it? Have you done? I get this straight away. Yeah,
that's the thing. There's nothing technical about it. Like as I say, when we made it, because it's very unique. This is a totally different product to what we use in Australia, but it does a better job.
I'm blessed with lovely clean feet, so I wouldn't need it now. But I know a few who could, so I pass it on to them.
Yeah, and even kids' shoes, and you know, anybody can use this product.
What's the website, or how can people find it?
Shoerescue.ie, or on Amazon, Common Sports, Edge Sports, Hockey World. Here in Cork, we've got it in a number of shops. But Amazon is a good place to find us.
Eddie O'Reilly of Gensons Products, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thanks for having me in. Thank you.
And that is it for this week. Do join us again next week, where we'll be speaking with Alice Darcy of STEAM Education Limited. We can't wait to hear Alice's story and how she's working with hundreds of schools and 50 plus science, engineering and energy companies across Ireland to support enhanced education. We'll see you next time on Red Business in Focus, with thanks to Cork's local enterprise office.